welcome to this presentation of the Premier Ultimate League. We have an exciting matchup tonight between New York Gridlock Ultimate and Revo Pro from Medellin, Colombia. Broadcasting live from the Cochrane Studio in Jersey City, New Jersey. I'm Judy Jarvis, and my co-correspondent here is Julian Quintero. Julian, how are you doing?
Hey, how are you? I'm so excited for this game. How are you feeling?
I'm pumped up. This is so exciting to be live with people out here, even though we have to sit a little far away from each other. But so I see that you're wearing a Revo jersey and I'm wearing a Gridlock jersey. So Julian, tell me a little bit about what got you here today. What's some of your ultimate experience?
Yes, I have been playing Ultimate Frisbee the last 12 years. I was living in Medellin, so I know them very well. And yeah, right now I'm living in New York playing for Lupin, the USA Ultimate Team. And that's it. What about you?
Yeah, so I've been playing Ultimate since 2004. I've played in New York, Boston, San Francisco. I now mostly focus on coaching. I coach Exist, a New York team, one of the assistant coaches on that team. And I have to, put my cards on the table. I used to play for Gridlock in 2019. And so I think you also have a conflict of interest, Julian, that we should talk about up front. What might that conflict of interest be? Can you tell the good people?
Just can say Gina Cartagena is my fiance, and that's it. I don't want to give more details, but that's it.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, we see the players here are being introduced. We have Gridlock in black, and we have Revo Pro in white. And so I'll just give you the rundown of the players on Gridlock tonight. 0-0 is Jenny DeJesus. Number 2 is Brittany Kaplan. Number 3 is Abby Chang. Number 4, Stasi Tagnarlini. Number 5, Emma Frankel. Number 6 is Renata Pepe. Number 7 is Luisa Neves. Number 8 is Kelly Highland. Number 10, Trisha Smith. Number 11 is Nola Kim Meyer. Number 12 is Amy Joe. Number 13, Maureen Doherty. We also have Tulsa Douglas, 14, Sumi Onowe, number 18. Number 20 is Karen Chaliff. Number 21, Allie Milligan. 26 is Kara Sieber. 28, Angela Zhu. 33, Emily Barrett. 47, Cheryl Siao. And 48, Lisa Kowalski. 64 is Tracy Lum. 88 is Nikki Hare. So that is the New York Gridlock in black. And we're now going to move to the intros of Revo Pro. Julian's going to take it away from here.
Revolution. The roster is not to be like the Gridlock, but okay, let's go. Alejandra Torres with number 1, Laura Guerrero, number 3, Andrea Bustamante, number 6, Laura Ospina, number 7, Capi, Manuela Cardenas, number 8, Leanne Hoffman, number 9, Luisa Sanchez, number 11, Ana Rojas, number 13, Alejandra Uribe, number 14, Elizabeth Mosquera, number 15, Emily Verman, number 18, Gina Cartagena, number 20, Akina Jong, number 27, Gabriela Jimenez, number 31, Valeria Cardenas, number 33, Javi with the number 34, Jimena Montaña, number 57, Michelle Cataño, number 59, Maria Camila Cordova, number 87, and Manji Forero, 96.
Awesome. And what we just saw there were the captains meeting with the observers at the middle of the field to flip the discs for possession. So that will determine who receives the disc and plays on offense and what the starting end zone positions will be. So we have the teams huddling up, getting ready to go in this exciting game. And we'll just tell you a little bit about what the teams have been up to. So New York Gridlock has 1 win and 1 loss in their season thus far. Their third game was canceled due to weather, and a win at home here could help Gridlock gain a spot at championship weekend.
Yeah, for Revolution as their second game, they won their first game versus Milwaukee in Medellin during the TEP tournament in Medellin, and yeah, it's the beginning of uh, their route this in this tournament, and that's it.
All right, so we have the teams out on the field. We have Gridlock is going to be receiving the disc on offense. Again, Gridlock is in black jerseys, and Revo is in white. They have the disc. They're going to pull it and be on defense. So this is a very, very exciting game. These teams have never met, even though they both existed since 2019 when the PUL was established. So there's a lot of excitement for the fans, and also a lot of these teams know about each other. They've been watching tape of each other for years. They've played in tournaments against each other on club teams. So what are you most excited about, Julian?
Is the first game in their path right now, so I think the wind, the weather is a factor very important right now. And there we go.
So the rain has stopped for a minute here, and so it gives these athletes a moment to show their stuff without the weather being a factor for the moment.
Gina with the disc. Jimena making a war, and she got it. Gridlock score.
That's Kelly Highland with the first score here on the board. So Gridlock was able to hold that offensive possession, move it really smoothly down the field into the hands of Kelly Highland.
Para nuestros fans en español que están viendo este partido, es la primera vez que Gridlock y Revolution se enfrentan. Es el segundo partido para Revolution. Han ganado un partido. Gridlock es su tercer partido. Han ganado uno. Han perdido uno.
Here we see a replay, a high over-the-shoulder pass to Highland. Just a very confident play here. Don't watch the field. Julian, only call that. All right, and now Gridlock is getting ready to pull the disc on defense. That's Amy Jo putting up a big pull downfield. And let's see what Revo can do with their O point.
Okay, Aleja with the disc, Gina receiving. We have a defense from Gridlock.
Big play there. So now can Gridlock capitalize on that defensive play, or can Revolution get back with a D of their own?
Abby up in the field with Luisa. So now we have Manuel, Valeria, deep hawk to Elisa, and she scores. 1-1 right now.
That is pretty. That is a good way to get back with a big huck from Cardenas to Mosquera in the end zone, and we're going to really be seeing Mosquera in the end zone, I think, a lot in this game. She's such a talented player, so quick, so hard to cover. So even though Gridlock had a chance to get the point on D, Revo Pro got it back. Now, is that a combo we're going to see a lot, Julian? Cardenas to Mosquero?
Yeah, it's a classic play. Their offense is very powerful. You know, if you have the twins and Elisa in field, the other team has problems.
And what Julian's telling, for those who don't know as much about Revo Pro, there are not only sisters on the team, but twins on the team. The Cardenas twins are supremely talented, have been playing Ultimate for, I think, basically since they were walking. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but they are both dominant players, and when they're on the field together, watch out.
Gina with the PUL. And we have open field. Coming back to the middle, trying to continuation. It's a great upwind. Oh, we have a bad pass. And
all right,
Manuela is coming to pick up the disc. Another deep hug for Gina Cartagena, and she scores. Is their first break.
Excellent movement by Revo Pro on the turnover, and Cartagena able to pull that down, even with some pretty tough defense by Tulsa Douglas on Gridlock. So Gridlock has really got to answer back to that kind of defensive play. Okay, here we see it again. Manuela Cardenas with the disc, and a big backhand rip. She sees her teammate, she knows she can trust her. And I'll tell you, both of them are gonna hook to both of them. They both are very talented throwers and catchers. So yeah, Gridlock's gonna see what they can do here.
As I told you, if the twins are there, we have the other team has problems. And we have now Lisa showing the disc, ready to the PUL.
Defense is really covering Gridlock hard. They were having trouble getting open for a little bit.
Amy looking for her handler. They are giving the disc, coming back, and we have a good disc.
Is that Highland again? Gridlock makes the play with a slicing backhand into the end zone. They're looking confident. They don't look cowed by the break that Revo Pro has. So we still have a tight game here, 2-2. Okay, we're seeing the replay. The handler's doing some give and go, and then a slicing backhand, just the right pace needed to get into her teammates' hands.
I like so much how Amy Shu is giving the disc and doing a continuation, give and go classic for a handler like her. She is amazing.
And the athletes from both teams met up to play, I think it was Friday, so got a little flavor for how to play against each other in some mini. And that's what's so great about Ultimate, that these teams are coming out as opponents. They're both duking it out. They want to win, but they're ready to get together the day before, meet each other, enjoy each other, and just respect each other as athletes.
Amy with the PUL. Alejandra Torres receiving. Now Gina giving the disc for Manuela. Manuela looking for now her sister opening the field for Gina. Gina with the disc. Classic combination, twins and Gina. And now Alejandra Torres scores third goal for Revolution.
Whew. Any throw into the end zone, that inside out slicey backhand. I love it.
Yeah, you can see the break backhand. So good.
It makes me feel good inside. See that kind of throw.
Seeing players like them playing, you feel inspired to play like them.
And just the speed that Revo Pro is moving across the field, really seeing each other, really making space. Just some textbook offense we saw right there. And this is a good moment to shout out one of our important sponsors, VC Ultimate. New York Gridlock is wearing VC uniforms, and VC's been with the league since the start.
Gridlock receiving the ball, going forward. Nice flick. Nice continuation of coming back to the middle. Jenny is trying to receive and trying right now is going to dip. Good fakes, good move. Coming back again to the middle, but the flick is not complete. Now Manji with the disc for Jimena. Gina, I'm sorry, Zana. A good deep hug for Jimena and another break for Revolution.
Oh, they're making it look easy on that offense, finishing the point, Revo Pro, making a lot of space against their defenders. And she just had to run on the disc for that beautiful backhand from her teammate. And Jimena Montaigne finishing with that great grab, and her defender's out of the frame. She's that far away. So this is the time that Gridlock really has to get ready to put that disc in on offense. They're showing a lot of great strengths in swinging the disc and finding each other in space, but they had a few errors that Revo Pro is just not going to let them get away with. They're not going to give them back the disc. So let's see what Gridlock can answer with.
Yeah, Revolution is not getting these. Is more bad throws from Gridlock, sadly. They have to come back. And there we go. As putting the disc in the middle, making easy the game. Luisa giving good back. Angela Shu with the disc. It's a good continuation with the flick in the sideline, and they scored. They brought the disc through the line only with flick throws.
And Gridlock is pumped up about that score. This is making sure they're staying in the game and not letting Revo Pro get too far ahead. We're at 4 for Revo, 3 for Gridlock. And we're seeing the play here again and up the line. Woo, hotly contested, but she grabbed it. looking for a teammate in the end zone. And it's an upline cut for the score. Is that Nevis?
Akina couldn't make a good mark over her.
All right, and now Gridlock has got a chance to get the turnover and potentially get a break here. So I'm sure they have a strong D-line on there, a hungry D-line out there.
So we have 6 minutes and 30 seconds in this first quarter. Amy with the PUL. Valeria receiving for Alejandra Torres. Alejandra giving the disc to Gina. Gina looking for a deep hawk, and Manuela just stopped and couldn't reach the disc. Now Gridlock has a good opportunity to get a break back. Gridlock with the disc over the right line. Coming back to the middle. Trying to, oh, there's a call in the field. Looks like a big call.
And we have the observers in green going over to check out and see if there's a consultation needed, but no. The players have got it sorted, and play will resume shortly.
Gridlock has a great chance to make this break, and they got it.
This is huge. This is huge. And here in the studio, we can hear the home fans roar for that break.
Abigail, of course. She's a good player. I have seen her playing for Exist also. It's an USA Ultimate team in mixed edition. And this year, she is a captain in Gridlock.
Just a great throw from her teammate there, Amy Jo. And we'll just take a minute to thank some of our other sponsors before we get the next point going. We want to thank you to Discraft, the official sponsor of the Premier Ultimate League since 2019. We'd also like to recognize JMH Development for their ongoing support from the very beginning. Thank you, JMH.
Ju, a great PUL.
Look at that, sitting up there in the air.
Valeria for Gina. Gina opening the field for Jimena. Jimena giving this to Manji. Manji is coming back to Jimena. Jimena and Alejandra giving this for the twins. Yeah, we have a great hawk for Jimena Montaña scoring.
And we're just seeing some great strategy from Pro here of playing some small ball, so dinking it to each other, short passes, and then looking for that hawk opportunity to get it in the end zone. And the defense is not very tight on them. You can see, look how many white shirted players there have space. So they're going just, 10 feet up the field, seeing their options. Should I dump? Nope. I'm going to huck it in the end zone. And you have 2 Revo players.
Yeah, I have seen many hawks from Revolution. Maybe it's a good strategy for them. It's working. They still up in the score right now, 5-4. and Elisa with the ball. Gridlock has a side stack. They have only one player making a cut. And now they have a great space over there, but this was up, so up.
Revo back. Oh, a great effort by
Wow.
Highland there. She couldn't get the D. Oh, but her teammate did. Oh my goodness. I can't keep up. Back and forth, back and forth.
Manuela with this. A lot emotions here right now. Oh, they have
And Gridlock gets the D.
yeah, the throw was a little bit behind. She couldn't catch it. Kina over the disc.
So we have a call on the field. And what's great about Ultimate is that first the players try to work it out themselves. So talk to their opponents. What did you see? What did I see? Then they have the option to go to the observer if they prefer to have another perspective. It looks like they're going to the observer here to sort out what might be a pick or a foul. It looks like number 13 on Revo is explaining how she saw the play. Maybe there was some contact with Douglas, who has the disc there, Tulsa Douglas. So the observer makes the final call there. Gridlock still has the disc. And we're back in play.
Yeah, coming back. Oh, we have a great deep hop back. I didn't catch.
All right, so
There you
Tangerlini,
go.
Stasi with the score. Gridlock figures out how to go wide, use the other side of the field. And Stasi Tangerlini working hard to finish that with a goal. We have a tie game right here, Julian.
Yeah, they got an important break. It's a good deep hawk backhand. And the continuation, you can see Jenny making a good cut. Elisa is over her. But next cut is Alon. She was so wide open to receive the disc and scores. That was a crazy point around for turnovers.
There was a lot of back and forth. So we'll see if that's a sign of what's to come or if both teams are going to tighten up again and have really 1 or 2 possession points. So here we go now with Revo Pro on offense in this tied game.
Gina with the disc. Coming back to the middle field. Can give and go with the twin. Manuela Cardenas. Gina again. Valeria Cardenas. Alejandra for Manuela. Manuela looking for the next continuation. Nice cut. Happy. And Manuela make it. That was pretty fast.
Uncharacteristic. So you saw Manuela Cardenas found the holes, really small windows of throws that she's able to thread the needle of, but couldn't get that last one there. And now Gridlock has a chance for a break point.
Another chance. Oh, Valeria Cardenas bringing back this. Alejandra receiving this, opening the field with Manuela. Manuela looking for her next continuation. Manji giving this for Alejandra. Valeria with Gina. Gina giving the high release for Cappy. Cappy, good fakes. Michelle Cataño. Even go with Manuela. End zone.
Look at that discipline. They're not rushing at the top of the end zone here. Looks like there might be a call, but we should have counted, Juliana. I think that was 15 passes, 17 passes. Revo Pro is doing a great job of playing small ball until they get the opportunity and not rushing here.
Yes, it's good patience work. Good patience for them, and they score. Gina scores. I think it's her first goal in this game.
And that is a big score right as the buzzer sounds, with Revo Pro up 1 point at the end of the first quarter. We're seeing again here the pass. Oh, and it's a good effort by the defender.
Yeah, almost good D. That was not easy for Revolution. They made around 15 passes before they score.
And actually, we have a discrepancy between the screen clock and the field clock. So there actually is 1 minute and 1 second left. So we got a bonus. We thought the quarter was over, but oh no. We at least got another point here. So Revo is coming out on D, looking to see if they can get another break or if Gridlock can tie it up for the end of the first quarter.
Valeria with the PUL. A good spot for Gridlock. They are being very patient with the throws, and they scores again. Gridlock.
Oh, what a great shot from Tulsa Douglas. That's a break throw into the end zone. And we just have 33 seconds left in this first quarter with a tie game. So it's exciting time to be out here.
That was an easy job. Good job. Nice. Good work.
That's
Good work.
Tulsa Douglas faking out her defender there for the upline catch. And a beautiful break throw into the end zone. Is that Karen Chaliff? Oh, I think that's Emily Barrett with the score.
Good job, Gridlock.
So we got 33 seconds left here. There's enough time for a score. If Revo Pro is going to push the pace, maybe there's enough time for Gridlock to get a D and score, but we're going to see what happens here. Amy Jo with the disc, ready to get this D point started.
Again, good pull. Alejandra with the disc for Valeria. Giving the disc for Manuela. The twins working together. Gina receiving. And they have 3 seconds and they have to throw it or timeout.
Ooh. Oh, a great effort. It was almost there for the score. And it looks like there's
last position.
A half a second left. We'll see what Gridlock can do.
Gridlock have to be impeccable if they want scores and get next break.
And what's happening is even though the clock is out, they still get to continue the possession. So if they don't score, if there's a turnover, the quarter's over. So the pressure is on for Gridlock if they can score this disc. Looking down the field. Oh! They lost their chance to take the lead at the quarter, but a very exciting 6-6 end of this first quarter between Revo Pro and New York Gridlock.
We have a tie game.
Doesn't get much better than that to see two excellent teams bring it. We saw that the first half of the quarter was a bit different than the second half. So in the first quarter, the teams were really being extremely efficient, getting in the goal pretty quickly, very few turnovers. These last few points, though, Julian, we saw a bit of a different thing. What do you think was going on, Julian, with the turnovers? And is it nerves? Is it good defense? What were you seeing?
The weather is another factor. I saw a few mistakes by Revolution, sorry, and I think it's the weather. I think could be they are a little bit tired, and another factor is they are trying to make deep hug all the time, the most of the time, but just maybe the 80% of the hogs has been work. So, and also about Gridlock, they have been very patient when they had the chance to get breaks. What do you think?
It's just some great ultimate out there. It makes me smile to see some of the incredible athleticism, athletes running deep, athletes breaking the mark, athletes playing some great D. And what I really want to see from Gridlock is them really pressuring Revo Pro on the short throws. They seem to be sort of sitting back and seeing the huck as the only threat, but trying to get in there to all of that handler space, disrupting the disc will be big. And for Revo, the patience that we saw on some of the points was incredible, but then we're just a few miscues. So I think we're going to have a great second quarter here. And just a couple things before our second quarter starts. We want to shout out some of our amazing sponsors. We want to recognize New York Gridlock's community sponsors, Dedicated Building Services, Madison Estates, and Hammer Squad Boxing Gym. The donations from these community leaders, which allow us to give us free tickets to local youth groups, are so very appreciated. Thank you to our community sponsors.
Another good info for the Revolution fans. They are selling a lot merchandising, hoodies, this, hats, visors. If you want any of those, just try to contact through their Instagram, and they need the help because they are supporting this trip with the merchandising.
And Revo Pro is starting a huge tour of the U.S. with this game. They're going to play 5 games in 9 days. So after playing here, they'll go to D.C., to Raleigh, to Nashville, to Atlanta. It's going to be an intense week and a half for this talented team from Medellin, Colombia. And so as Julian saying, it's important to support them. You know, make sure that they can keep coming to the States and play just such incredible ultimate. It is such a exciting thing that there's a Colombian team that's part of the Premier Ultimate League.
That is awesome. Yeah, having a Colombian team being being a founder of this, the PUL, is something amazing. And we're pretty close to start the second quarter.
Yes.
And I want to remind our
All right, here's the pull up.
Let's go again. Revolution with the O. Starting again, trying to be more clean. Elisa Mosquera receiving the disc. Gina making a good cut. Oh, okay, we have a good spot for. She's the new player. Camila with a great pass for Gina.
Awesome. Gina Cartagena running onto that disc. She thought about laying out to catch it, but she said, you know what, I'll just accelerate and get it on my feet. So Revo Pro able to weave the disc across the field. And we see movement from the stack, but number 87 is looking in the end zone, and she breaks her defender, leads the disc ahead of Cartagena, and Cartagena, I think we're going to be seeing her with a lot of space from her defenders in future points as well.
Camila Cordova is a new player in Revolution. She played before for Bamboo, another team, another Colombian team from Bogota. She made a good throw.
I love it when the rookies come out confident and ready to go. You wouldn't know that she's a new player. She is at the caliber of this excellent Colombia team.
Yeah, it's the moment you have to get your spot in a great team.
And so now we have a chance to see Revo Pro on defense. Let's see what they can do.
Manuela, Elisa, Valeria, and Gina are the pullers for Revolution, and they are making a good job with the pull. Oh, we have a great hawk.
Too far, but really angling to that end zone. And let's see if they can keep it down here on defense.
And this gives the option to Revolution to get a break. Michelle, disc. Manuela, in the continuation. Or Manji. Manji coming to the middle with Jimena. Jimena for Akina. Jimena again. Continuation with Andrea. Jimena coming back to the middle with Manuela. We have this on the other side. Coming there, coming back. Manji. Manuela with great hog. It's looking good.
Oh!
Okay.
I cannot react. I mean, we got some great
Great
plays here. That was Tulsa Douglas on the team.
Brittany Kaplan is in the field. Jenny with the great hawk for nice, a good flick.
That was to Kelly Highland. Oh, that was just a very confident play. We had Tulsa Douglas get the D in the end zone all the way across the field. And then Gridlock made quick work, moving the disc with Jenny DeJesus, the beautiful flick huck to Kelly Highland. Let's see that again. Moving up the field to DeJesus. And she's alone, so she said, yes, please, Highland. And even against the incredible Manuela Cardenas, it's too good of a throw, too good of a receiver.
Yeah,
we have a tie game.
Clap. We are seeing good ultimate right here.
And what our viewers at home can't see is that the stands were shaking when Gridlock scored. People were fired up to see that D play. And I know Revo Pro is fired up too right now, ready to answer back.
Yeah, they have a lot of support and people cheering for Gridlock. There we go again. Alejandra and Valeria with the hawk for
Oh, Gridlock has the momentum
Gina.
here, getting a chance to see if they can get a break early in the second quarter.
Gridlock with this in the sideline.
Some great defense, though. They're having trouble getting it off the line.
Coming back. Oh, a little bit behind. Okay, Valeria for Lisa catch. With this.
And an easy score on the turnover. Revo Pro says, oh no, you're not going to run right now.
Elisa Mosquera running and getting the hawk.
All right, we see on the turnover, Revo picking up the disc, a quick pass, and to Mosquera in the end zone, but really either. Is that Speeda there too?
It's a good blade.
Gridlock could not score on their defensive play, but we are seeing Gridlock really pumping up their D right now, starting to be more threatening to Revo Pro. For a lot of the first quarter, Revo Pro was able to move it down the field at whatever pace they felt like. They would go fast, they would go slow, they would do a little bit of both, and now Gridlock is able to get in here, start to dictate a little bit of the pace. So now
the line has two good defense players, Jimena Montaña and Aquina. So let's see what they have. Okay, this is a good defense work. Brittany Kaplan with the disc for Jenny. Jenny and Manuela is a great match. Pretty high. Oh, nice catch.
Looking to see who. Oh,
Valeria. Wow,
that is
Valeria.
Douglas. Tulsa Douglas tiptoeing it in there. And Gridlock is pumped. The team is running on there. There were two very close calls where Revo almost got the D. But DeJesus was able to hold on to one. I think Sumi was able to hold on to another. Let's see that again. Looking for DeJesus, can't find her. There's a lot of traffic, but look at that tiptoe from number 14.
I want to see again this guy. That was a good catch.
And we saw Manuela Cardenas knocking herself on the head with the disc. I bet she's pumping herself up and saying, not again. Cardenas is an incredible defender. She almost had the layout D against DeJesus earlier in that point. And this is a great match we have, Julian. We're at 8-8 right now. It's anybody's game. We've seen some supreme play from both teams.
8-8, 7 minutes left, and Revolution receiving the ball. Gina looking for the field. We have Cappy up in the field. Gina with this open in the field for Camila. Cappy receiving, giving this to Valeria. Okay, good continuation for Revolution. And wow.
I'll just do the non-verbal. Julian, you do the verbal.
Yeah.
That was a smooth layout for the score.
This is very unusual in Gina. The layout is very unusual in her, but that was awesome. Great catch.
She knew her team needed it. So she's looking up line. Gina Cartagena, a nice fake. Her defender
Yeah.
cannot catch up, and that disc is caught with a layout catch from Gina Cartagena.
You can see her footwork is very explosive. I want to see the line is Jimena, Luisa, Ana Rojas, Capi, Aquina, Manuela, and Nanji. It's a good D line. Revolution.
Big pull.
Wow.
Oh, just a misfire. You hate to see it.
Capi with the disc. Ana looking for the next continuation. Aquina with the disc. Easy. Coming back to the middle. Manuela looking for the next one. Manji with the disc. Give and go with Manuela. Jimena with the disc.
Look at those handlers work.
Manuela with the disc. Good fake. Manuela Jimena. Is that patience work right here? Oh, we have a scoober.
And is that De Jesus with the D? Yes. Again, incredible patience by the Revo Pro handlers, taking small passes to reset, 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 but this time it did not go in their favor. Cardenas put up a blade, and De Jesus saw it coming. Let's see what Gridlock can do on O now.
That was sad. Manuela has that throws, but that one didn't work. Now Revolution is very, very, very tight in the mark.
All right, we have a call on the field. So there's some discussion. The observers get involved. There's 5 minutes left on the clock here, and both teams are angling for this next goal. Gridlock has possession. We're back in play.
Wow, Manuela reading the game, getting the block. The twins working together, bringing this to the middle. Valeria giving a great hug again.
Oh, it's floating. Oh, is that Douglas coming down with it? Douglas has had some incredible defensive plays in this game, even against some of the best receivers in the world. I count Manuela Cardenas as one of those, who she just got over in the air.
It's a good matchup, Tuzla versus Cardenas. Another B by Manuela, by Valeria Cardenas. Timeout.
All right, both teams need to regroup here. We've been back and forth on the field with some great Ds, with some blades. It's been an exciting point. Both teams are hungry to finish this in their favor.
The clock still working. The time is finishing in this quarter.
It's going.
So the teams are taking a beat here to regroup, call some plays, and try to see how this second quarter is going to go here. And while we have a minute down, this is a perfect time to thank VC Ultimate, the official uniform sponsor of the Premier Ultimate League. VC has partnered with the PUL and New York Gridlock since 2019, 4 years and running. You can shop the full PUL collection at VC's website, vcultimate.com/collections/ultimate-league, and rep your favorite PUL team. Maybe you want to get a Gridlock jersey, maybe you want to get a Revo Pro jersey, maybe you want to get both. We couldn't do without our sponsors.
Okay, this should be clean for Revolution if they won. Or Cappy. Again, Valeria with a good, huge fake. Looking for Gina. Gina giving the disc back for Valeria. Valeria with the disc. Coming back. And Gina opening the field with Elisa and Alejandra Torres for Manuela. Manuela give and go with Alejandra. Now continuation with her sister. They should be very patient with Cappy doing a quick pass. Still Cardenas handling. Oh, that was pretty
so close. You can feel the frustration. Revo Pro working really hard with that handler swing and dump. And just too bladey of a flick into the end zone, not able to score. So with 2.5 minutes left in this second quarter, Gridlock gets a shot.
Are coming back in the game. Gridlock with this option to score.
Ooh.
Elisa trying to get the D. And Abigail is over the field.
Great hustle by both players. Now they're trying to figure out if this is a foul call or what's going to be happening. Looks like they might be bringing the observer in to see what the observer saw. And again, one of the unique features of Ultimate Frisbee is that there aren't refs. We are player officiated first, and then we move to observers if we want a second opinion or kind of want to appeal an opinion. So the two observers are discussing now what they saw from their perspectives, whether Mascaro fouled Abby or not.
Did you see something in that play?
It was hard to tell. It was hard to tell because it seemed like Abby went up too early for the disc. So it could have been an uncatchable. You know, it could have been that there was contact, but Abby wasn't going to catch it anyway. And they're calling it as a no foul.
No foul.
So the observers have said it's no foul, and it is now Revo Pro possession.
Alejandra pick up the disc to Gina to Manuela giving the disc back to Gina Valeria, another great hawk for Elisa.
It's so pretty.
Beautiful. And there's end zone work.
Oh.
Alejandra for Manuela, and Revolution got another break.
Oh.
Now we have 10-8.
Revo is feeling good about how that possession ended. It was dicey for a minute there. Gridlock was able to work it all the way down the field, almost into their end zone, but Revo got the possession back. Here we're seeing again those last few passes. There's a lot of traffic around the Revo player, but she waits patiently, looks for Manuela Cardenas. for an upfield throw into the end zone. A nice leap over the line for the score. And Cardenas gives it a nice little kick. Both teams worked hard on that point.
Yeah, that was a long point. They look a little bit tired. They are trying pretty hard. Both teams are trying pretty hard, pretty hard. They are pushing a lot for to get the disc. We saw good Hawks that last point.
Yeah, you're
Gina
right on that
Whittle.
we're seeing what's the difference between a slightly bigger team and a slightly smaller team. So even though Revo Pro trains extremely hard to have a line of, you know, these 9 players that play over and over and over, at a certain point, it does start to take its toll. So they still have a big lead here. I mean, big in the scheme of this game, but that is going to be a question mark for the second half. Oh,
Wow.
let's get back to the field.
I think right now Revolution has all the pressure in this game. Gridlock is doing a good job. A little bit cleaner than the Revolution work. And they got it.
Score. That was
Gridlock.
Kelly High goals, but she assisted that one to Sumi Onoe for Gridlock to put 9 on the board with just about 35 seconds left. So we see Highland getting the disc. The top corner, seeing her teammate with a few steps, and it's a flick into the end zone. I'm loving this game, Julian. It's just seeing a lot of exciting plays, a lot of great cuts, a lot of great offense. What I really want to see, though, is some more layout Ds. I want to see the defense pumping it up. We're seeing some very pretty, smooth offense, especially in those last few passes into the end zone.
Yeah, I have to recognize the Gridlock work is they are doing a good job. It's very clean. It's good job, and they look a little bit more than.
I agree. They seem to have increased their confidence in this second quarter here. Gridlock coming out looking ready to fight. And now they're here on defense, seeing if they can get a break before the end of the quarter.
Happy with the disc, looking for her continuation. Alejandra Torres with the disc. The classic and main handler of Revolution.
Now what's going on the field is they're figuring out if the clock has stopped or if we keep going. So it keeps going. It keeps going. Even though the buzzer went off, they finished the possession.
Gina doing the job, working all the time, receiving the disc, giving the disc, open the disc. Alejandra Uribe for Manuela for her sister. Valeria coming back in the middle. Alejandra opening the field with Manuela. The twins working together. It's a good continuation with Gina giving the disc to Valeria. And Revolution scores.
And look at that confidence, that kind of veteran play where Cartagena looked first to dink it at a really, really short, tight pass and decided to wait another minute for a teammate to be a little more open for a goal to finish the first half. So let's see that again here. Cartagena with the disc. And then it. She thinks about it. No. Let me get my teammate right here on the lip of the end zone for the score. Revo Pro with 11, Gridlock with 9 going into halftime. And both teams have a lot to be proud of here in this first half.
Yeah, now is the time when the coach are working really hard because they are analyzing the game and looking for weakness, looking for good points, something to improve. And I know pretty well to Mauricio Moore, the Revolution's coach, and I know he is very strict with his strategy. So I know he's working pretty hard right now.
Yeah, let's talk about the coaches because we have two really excellent, dominant veteran coaches as the head coaches for each team. Mauricio Moore is the head coach of Revo Pro, and Eileen Murray is the head coach of Gridlock. This is Eileen's 4th year coaching Gridlock. She's the co-founder of the team, and she is an excellent strategist. So it's just as you say, Julian, they're both going in. Mauricio also has founded this team. Revolucion started in 2004, and it's had many different iterations. It's been a national team, it's been a pro team, and Mauricio Moore and Andrea Trujillo founded the team. It's been a well-known and much admired program internationally. The team, including the coach and many of the players here for Revo Pro, finished second in the 2018 Worlds competition. You can bet in the upcoming Worlds this summer. But what you're seeing here is a team and a coach that know each other so well on Revo Pro. Julian, how many of these players have been on Revolucion for more than 5 years, would you say? Is it the majority of the team? What's the kind of connection between the coach and the veteran players here?
Oh, they have many activities out the field. I mean, they have dinners, they have many other activities together. Also, working together to get the all the sponsors. So they have many activities that create chemistry, and I think is another good reason why Revolution is more than only a good team. They has been working. They has been working a lot in their workout in powerful mindfulness. I mean, is the coach is working in another factors around their minds. You can be very strong in your body, but you need your mind, and you have to be very focused in the games to not only to win, not only to get games is only also for get tournaments.
All right, and we have our sideline reporter ready to come in and share some analysis. So heading to you, Sid.
First time doing this, I think. My name's Sid.
I'm Abby.
Captain of the team. We're here at halftime. I hope that everyone can hear us all right. Got the crowd behind us. The weather turned out for us in our favor.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with
Yeah,
that.
it's not really raining anymore.
I know. And so what I want to ask you is tonight's a really big night. We have these two teams who are great friends, who have become great friends over the past couple of years. And one, how's your half going? Two, tell me about the history.
Okay, yeah. I think our half is going extremely well. I feel like both teams are bringing their most to this game, and I feel like we're elevating each other and bringing each other up, and that's the best thing you can do in an ultimate game.
It's a close. We got 9 to 11. I mean, close scoring game. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Really. Damn. It's great to see. I've been on the sideline the whole game, and it's just so much energy.
Yeah.
It's great. And I know these teams are like best friends, so I want to hear about that.
Yeah, so between the two teams, we've had a lot of exchange over the past few years, especially also with the Revolution women's team in Colombia and Bent in New York. There's been a lot of players going back and forth, and yeah, a lot of learning from each other. We've had clinics, we've played in tournaments together before, so yeah, really good relationships. It's fun to be on the same field.
Yeah, incredible. Well, I'll let you get back to it then.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right.
Everyone.
Thank you, Sid. Thank you, Abby. Abby Chang having a fantastic game here. Going up big against some tough opponents, coming down with the disc, making some big cuts to the end zone. And just want to call your attention, in the middle of the field, we have a halftime demo going on. It might be wrapping up, but let's give them a little bit of love. We had Coach Hammer and the Hammer Squad Boxing Institution Club members, Damian Cuevas, a.k.a. Boogie, Pacalito, Danielo Smith, a.k.a. Man Man. They did a halftime demonstration of pad work and jump rope. And we have to thank the Hammer Squad Boxing Institution, which is located nearby at 595 Ocean Ave in Jersey City. Hammer Squad provides after-school training for local youth. Thank you, coach and founder Johnny Hurd and the Hammer Squad. Community sponsors who contribute to the sponsorship here tonight. It's MDW Construction Services, Lahita Engineering, BCB Community Bank, Jersey City Council President Joyce E. Waterman, Jersey City Councilman Frank Gilmore, Betty Plett, and Kevin Catch. And it's such an important thing to have local businesses and national businesses invest in Women's Ultimate, invest in our women, non-binary, gender fluid athletes here tonight. The Premier Ultimate League was founded in 2019 to fill a gap in the ultimate world, which was a big stage for women, non-binary, and genderqueer athletes to compete on. It started with 8 teams. It has now grown to, I think we're over 12 teams now. And the mission of the PUL is to achieve equity in the sport of ultimate by increasing accessibility to the sport for and visibility of women, transgender, intersex, non-binary, genderqueer, and gender fluid people through high-quality competition, leadership experiences, and community partnerships. That's part of the mission of the PUL. And what's just fabulous as someone who's, been I was part of Gridlock in 2019 and just a huge fan of this league, is just seeing just ultimate and not making compromises about having equity be a focus and having conversations about race, sexuality, and gender be part of sports instead of, sometimes in the narrative of national sports, the sort of shut up and play criticism that is, it's just not right. A voice, athletes should be shaping their teams kind of in the images of the community. And so I just all the kudos to the Premier Ultimate League. Julia, you've been appreciative of the PUL over the years, so you have been connected with Colombia Ultimate. You're also here in New York City. What are some of your perspectives on this league?
This season looks pretty tight. There is another team in Raleigh. They, North Carolina, has been playing Ultimate very, very well last season. So I think this looks pretty hard for Revolution if they want to keep the title, because Revolution won the first season in the POL, and the last season we had unusual POL because we had 3 different mini tournaments, and also they won in their group. But I have to be honest, for this year, looks pretty hard. It's not for them. It's because the other teams are playing very well. So looks good. We will have good ultimate.
Agreed. The Premier Ultimate League has a great slate of games to come in the coming few weeks. And we are back about to start the second half. Revo Pro from Medellin, Colombia is pulling on defense, New York Gridlock. And the fans are pumped up here. Julian and I are pumped up here. Here we go.
good pull. The pull is landing all the times the same yard, so could be the weather being a good factor, and Gridlock still doing a clean job. Brittany with this, and this to Tuzla, to Jenny. Jenny is for Tuzla. They are doing a good. Oh wow, Jimenez is trying the good layout. Looking for a hammer. We have a hammer, and Manuela is there. Getting the block.
Oh, Manuela said, no, no, no hammer in my house. High
No.
looking for a Hail Mary, but it did not work because Cardenas had her eye on the disc path.
Laura Spina, happy with the disc.
Revo seeing if they can break right out of the path here.
Jimena, continuation with Manuela. Now looking for nice Manji is there. Bring the disc back with Cappy to Jimena. Manuela to Manji to Jimena. Manuela again in the middle, very comfortable. Cappy open in the field. Manji is receiving the disc. Is trying. Pretty back the disc to.
It's just such disciplined passing. It's always a surprise when Revo Pro turns it on an unforced error because they have thrown so many excellent, smooth, calm shots. So let's see if Gridlock can take it down the field and hold possession.
This is very intense. Right now we have layouts, we have more pressure because the second house, is when you won the game.
Oh my gosh. You know I can't stop.
Mandy
Just
was
saying what I
pretty
see.
close.
That was a great grab by Emily Barrett.
Wow. Jenny again. Oh, did he try? Wow, it's a good grab. Brittany doing a good job. Disc in the middle, making the game easy. Jenny receiving, good fake, looking for next and opening the field with back. Good. Oh, they are throwing a great break side.
That was
Flip.
Tulsa Douglas to Sumi Onoe. And there were some, you heard me, I couldn't hold myself back from making guttural noises on some of those D attempts by Revo Pro. It was just a fantastic D, but Gridlock held onto the disc, threw some excellent pressure D to finally get back to that end zone line with Tulsa Douglas getting Sumi Onoe with an easy backhand after a hard-fought point. Ooh, this is, the heat is Julian.
Is what a moment this game is. Gridlock coming back, but the last point, Revolution played really well. They got this, but he couldn't got the break.
It's just great to see these two teams elevating throughout the game, even as they get more and more tired. The defense accelerates, the offense accelerates. It's just, we're going to have a great second half here. And we see the pull up with Revo Pro on offense.
Revolution right now is in the middle of the field. Even to this, right now they're much closer. Gina making a great cut. Passes for. Oh, he got it, or Alejandra Torres.
So discussion on the field about whether the disc hit the ground before it was in the Revo Pros player's hand or not. So if the player gets control of the disc before it touches the ground, the disc is up. If it even touches one blade of turf before the player has control, it is a turnover. So this is an important thing to assess. Let's see if we can parse it, Julian. No one asked our opinion, but we're going to give it anyway. Ooh. Oh, that was very hard to tell because I couldn't tell if the far tip of the disc hit. I think she has a good case to go to the observer on. But up here in the booth, I can't make a call. Can you make a call, Julian?
If you ask me, I say it's up. Got it.
This is maybe where our colors show. You know, again, I'm going to remind you that Julian's wearing a Revo Pro jersey. I'm wearing a Gridlock jersey. But I think both of us love great ultimate, and we're just seeing such great ultimate tonight. Or do you agree, or are you just like, no, Revo all the way?
I agree. That was a great E4 to get the disc also. Oh, the disc came back. Okay, Gina. Valeria. Valeria, Gina. Gina doing an easy job. Going back. Alejandra up in the field, and Valeria scores.
So smooth. That is, you know, people might want to save that clip for when they're coaching, you know, college, high school, club. Revo Pro, moving the disc the width of the field at the end zone, not trying to shove it in as fast as they can, but making that space to the middle of the field, going wide. And it's an easy score after a hard-fought point. What happened there with the disc being up or down in the end zone was that it was contested. So the observers said that they couldn't tell one way or the other, basically, so it went back. Revo Pro had a possession, and then we're able to smoothly move it into the end zone. That's what I call a buttery score.
I want to say in the end zone, always you want to see something like that, something clean, smooth, because usually in the end zone you can see chaos, a lot of chaos, and that was so good.
And we have a 2-point difference in the score, which hasn't happened at a lot of points during this game. It's been a very tight game, at times tied, at times with a 1-point lead. Revo Pro has definitely been more often leading. I'm not sure that Gridlock has been ahead by a point yet, but this is a close game. It's still anybody's game tonight with the pull up for Gridlock to be on offense.
Who's like with the disc? Jenny, all the time, she appears. Good passes, good throws, good continuation. Gridlock is playing very well. No mark. Looks like Revolution is making few poaches. Now, BCAP with the disc. Brittany with the option to. Yes.
Oh, it was off screen, but
I think they scored.
They score.
that was a nice way to work. Gridlock took some deep breaths.
Kelly Highland had the disc there
Close to the end zone. Things were a little bit messy with Gridlock, but they straightened out their stack so they could have another couple passes and an upline shot for the score. It's 11-12. Revo Pro still has the lead by 1 point, but Gridlock is fighting. And you know who got that shot was the photographer here tonight. So let's give a shout out to Jen Vost Nelson of Vost Behind the Lens. Photos for tonight's game are being taken by Jen Vost Nelson, the official photographer of NY Gridlock, founder of A Vost Behind the Lens. Jen is a Long Island-based sports photographer and ultimate frisbee player. She's worked with the AUDL's New York Empire, NBA G League's Long Island Nets, and the MLB's New York Mets. We're lucky to have her here tonight. Check out her work at avosebehindthelens.com. Avose, B-O-C-E, Avose Behind the Lens. We're appreciative of Jen taking photos tonight. We have Gridlock on defense. The PUL is up. Revo's ready.
Valeria to Alejandra doing a weird throw to continuation. Valeria and Alejandra and back. Now Gina with the disc. Lisa and Gina. What a couple.
Look how many handlers are back. Revo Pro often has 4 handlers or a lot of people close to the disc. They really like to play that short pass to each other, making space with their quick cut.
Yeah, I am seeing Gridlock marking behind, so is their way to block the deep hawks. And but even Revolution is doing a good
Nice
job.
grab.
A lot throws.
Looks like there might be a call on the field. It might have been a pick, but just such a nice grab. Was that Cartagena who picked that disc up from her feet?
This come back to Gina. Something happened, but we don't know what happened, honestly.
Might have been a pick here. They're going to start play again here.
Let's go again. Gina to Valeria. And maybe the 4th goal for Gina.
Oh, man. That little slice at the end was missing for us. But I'm pretty sure that was a gorgeous, slick, slicey huck to the side of the end zone there. A score by Revo Pro. A little bit of jamming it in the end zone there, but they have trust. They know how to get that disc in, even when it's a really small window. It's so impressive, Revo Pro's throwing prowess. So many members of the team are just fabulous throwers. You don't see that with all teams. You usually have, folks who are cutters, but they're not going to throw that big huck. Revo Pro can really do so many different roles, and that makes them so very dangerous.
Queremos recordar. Yeah, we have 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And also, queremos dar un saludo a la audiencia en español que está viendo este partido. Es un juego bastante apretado, bastante interesante. El trabajo que está haciendo Gridlock es muy, muy limpio. El esfuerzo que está haciendo Revolution es bastante notorio y tenemos un muy, muy buen juego. Nuevamente extender nuestra gratitud por estar viendo este juego. Es un excelente momento para apoyar la Premier Ultimate League. Lo pueden hacer apoyando a cualquiera de los equipos a través de las páginas de BC o sus Instagram. Oh my goodness. What a catch.
Big hug.
Oh, oh, she's so casual though. Just a huge full body layup for the catch in the end zone. And she just gives a little flip of the disc. And that is truly in Kelly Highland's form. She makes it look very easy, but it is not. She is running deep so many times in a point, working her defender, and just showing us their supreme athleticism as New York Gridlock makes it 12-13 with 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Oh my God, what a catch. That was amazing. Where we can see right now the moment. And there you go. Wow. Nice catch. Well, again, the process for Gridlock is a good process. They have been improving their game a lot. And
That was a
And that was a
sassy hook.
sassy hook, let's
That,
just say. That was
that
a cross field diagonal hook
the big
with a
play.
big play at the end. So I think New York Gridlock is feeling confident, and
Revo Pro is
Revo Pro has got to figure out if they can put it in quickly.
whoop.
Whoop.
Valeria, uh, it's a hawk a little bit low.
Looks
There's a
there's a
call
Looks like
here.
there's a call.
It looks like maybe
Looks
the
like maybe the
throw there was
throw, there was some
contact.
contact.
So again, the players first try to sort, or it might actually be an injury. We see a coach coming on the field here. And
Alejandra Torres is the player who's coming out. We don't know what happened exactly, but we hope she's fine and she can come back later.
good
Really
sign
good
she's
sign
walking
she's
off.
walking off.
Ultimate, people are
Ultimate,
running
people are
full
running full speed,
air
jumping,
diving.
diving.
And
And
unfortunately, it does
unfortunately,
mean
it
that
does mean that
sometimes there's
sometimes there's
injuries
injuries
on
on the
the field,
field,
and
and
it pains everyone. You know, the players here love playing against each other, love seeing the athleticism and the competition from each other, and they don't want each other getting hurt. So the injury call that a sub is coming in for Revo Pro to take her teammate's place. Gridlock also has an opportunity to bring in a sub if they'd like to at this point. It doesn't look like they are, and play is about to start again with Revo Pro on offense.
Open in the field with Gina, but that was a little bit high. Nice. Good save. And
Loving that
loving that
defensive
defensive
attempt.
attempt, but
Revo held on.
Revo held on to it.
Michelle Cataño was who saved that disc. Camila with this for Cappy. Laura to Gina. Gina faked the deep hawk. And Valeria with the disc. Gina is working really hard. And there you go. Gina receiving the disc again. This for Valeria. Valeria with the greatest slide.
Might have another injury
Another
here.
injury here or a fall.
Has not been a good point for people's
Remember,
bodies.
Valeria got great big injury 2 years ago in her knee. We hope she's fine right now, and we hope nothing bad happened.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
coach
so
is on the
coach is
field
on the
talking
field talking
to
to
player to
player
see
to
what you
see
want
what she wants to
here.
do here.
And
And
the
the
play this
play in
quarter,
this quarter has just been fantastic.
seen
We've
people
seen
really go
people really
hard
going
on
hard on D. We've seen some
smart
smart
offensive
offensive saves,
like one in
like the
this
one in this
point.
point.
And now we have Manuela Cardenas coming on,
Coming on,
another
another
injury
injury
sub.
sub in this point.
Also
This is
showing
also
you the
showing you
toll
the toll that a
long and
long, intense game
on
takes
folks'
on
bodies.
folks' bodies.
Yeah, it's overload. When you are overload playing a lot, the injuries happen easier. With the great fakes. Next pass to Manuela. Manuela. Lisa. Lisa scores. And this is 14-12. We have
Wow, and a
And a great
catch by
catch by
You
Mosquera.
saw
You saw her
defense
defense. Abby
hang was
Chang
right
was right
on
on
Mosquera's
Mosquera's
tail.
tail.
Cardenas was able to throw that disc really quickly, and Mosquera knows her teammates so well. She's coming to it fast, running through the disc. Gridlock was not able to get the D. This was a long point. We're going to see it again here. The swing over to Cardenas, looking for her teammate. Mosquera sprinting out of the stack. Chang makes some good ground up on her. Great effort on the defense, but Mosquera scores. just an incredible athlete. I love watching tape of Elizabeth Mosquero. She is so fast. Her acceleration is incredible. I feel okay that I didn't defend her because the teams never met in 2019. As another tall player myself, I probably would have been matching up against Mosquero, and I'm not ashamed to say she would burn me every time. She is such a talented athlete.
Yeah, it's 100% an athlete. Also, she is a runner, so her workout is very specific and running, just
Here she
really really
is.
fast. Also, good good pull. We hope it's in. Stop.
So when the
So
disc is
the
pulled
disc is
out of bounds,
pulled out of
our
bounds for
new
our new ultimate friends
tuning in
tuning in
tonight, they
tonight.
bring it to the field. They get a little bit of an advantage centering the disc off of a pole that goes out of bounds with Tulsa Douglas with the disc.
Wow, this is very intense in the handler motion. The continuation is clean. Jenny doing a good job. And Tuzla making a deep hog backhand. And Gridlock scores.
It was a
And
great rip up 33, Emily Barrett. Gridlock moving the disc confidently for a short point. That was a short offensive possession, one of their shortest. So it's showing you that this squad is really starting to feel themselves, feel the flow. And Tulsa Douglas has just been an incredible quarterback here. I really think she and Manuela Cardenas have just, I mean, so much confidence with their throws. Look at that backhand. She knows exactly where her player is going to go. Defense can't get in the lane in front of Emily Barrett and that disc. That's a score for Gridlock, 13-14. Revo Pro is still leading here, so Gridlock is going to have to make a push to try to get some breaks to get themselves in the lead. But another just smooth, buttery ultimate point. I know those of you in the Streamoverse, you like to hear some good adjectives to describe the score. So let's call that one sassy. So we had a buttery one, we had a sassy one. Julian, you let me, if you have some choice adjectives for us, but just loving this play here tonight. Gridlock is pulling. They're on defense, and you can bet their coaching team, Eileen Murray and Martha Gregory, are telling them, we got to get this break. We got to get this D.
definitely, Alien is just doing a great job with the Gridlock. Definitely. And now, again, Revolution with the disc. This is happening pretty fast. Looking good for them. Gina with the disc. As Michelle Catania with the disc. Coming back to Gina. Gina in the middle, taking decisions. Good decision.
Woo!
Good pass too.
Pricey. A
A very
very pricey
slicey
throw there.
throw there. And you can
The
just see the
skill
skill
of
of
the
the
Revo
Revo Pro handlers.
handlers just moving up, basically 1/5 of the field, a narrow column of the field. They were moving up for most of that point. That's the kind of thing when people are learning Ultimate, you're like, no, use the whole width of the field. Don't go there. But when you have that kind of precision throws from those handlers, they know they're not going to make an error going up just a small sliver of the field. Then when they get to the end zone, like here, you see Cartagena with the disc. Oh, she knows. Coming to the fourth side, a big flick to Zata Spina there. Is she one of the team's youngest players who just scored the disc? Number 7.
Number 7 is Capi Laura Ospina. Is a great player. It's a classic Revolution player, and it's so fast. She is so fast, and even for Amy Zhu. So that was a good matchup, but Laura got the disc and she scores. And yeah, that was good for Revolution. That was fast, not like the other points before. And coming back to this point, Elisa with the pool. Let's see if Revolution is doing something different to avoid Gridlock scores fast like
Great
the other
play
times
by
before.
D there.
And there you go. They changed something and worked. Gina
some great
is going this and came out. A few points before, Gridlock was scoring pretty fast and easier than Revolution. If you were the coach of Revolution, Judy, what what would you do to change that?
well.
Well,
I would be
I would
honored
be
to
honored
imagine
to imagine myself working with Mauricio Moore, just a
that.
legendary coach.
And I think I
And I
would
think
say
I would say
trust
trust
yourself.
yourself.
You have
You
the
have the
throws.
throws.
When you
When you
get in
get
front
in
of the
front of
end
the
zone,
end zone,
bring down the temperature. And so right now they have a chance to break Revo Pro here with the possession off of a New York Gridlock error. And so if I were Revo's coach, I would say, get it done. We've seen the disc skills and just bring those disc skills to the end zone too. Don't get nervous, just finish the job. This is such a talented squad. And if you were the Gridlock setting up the D in that timeout, what would you be telling your defensive players here, Julian?
If okay, wait. Let's see this point is reason to restart again, and it's very important this point for Revolution. They need the difference in the goals. It's only right now 2 points up. Even with the disc, giving the disc to Manuela. We have 1 minute left, and Elisa with the disc doing a easy job with Gina. Gina and Manuela working together. A lot of work between Cardenas and Cartagena.
Oh,
Wow.
classic,
Wow.
classic pair there, and just a great get by Mascara. The throw was so open. It was a little bit low, but Mascara still picked it up. Revo really listened to me in the huddle, so I'm really proud of them that they worked it. They used those really precise throwing skills they have to get to the front of the end zone, and then they chilled out and let the cutters do work. Let Moscato get those steps off of her defender. So here it comes over to Cartagena, and you can see Mosquera in the back of the stack. She is so open from the minute that she starts that. So Chang is a great matchup on her, but she couldn't get around her on the open side. Chang going to give a high five. There's some great sportsmanship by the teams here tonight. These teams really love and respect each other. Some of them have played on teams together. Cartagena has played for New York Bent. BCAP is the coach of Bent, playing against her right now. Akina Young lives in New York City, plays on Revo Pro. So there's just a lot of linkages between Medellin and New York City Ultimate, especially women's Ultimate. You love to see it. And here we go. Revo with the biggest lead they've had. Gridlock needs to answer back right now with their offense to stay in this game.
Jimena and the Gridlock player. Gridlock is doing a good breaks. Wow, that was easy and fast for Gridlock. Tuzlag with the assistant. Gridlock scores and is only 17 seconds left. The score is 16-14. The game still tie. It's very tight this game. I love because we are watching good ultimate right here, right now.
That was
That
Amy
was Amy
Joe with
Joe with the
the score,
score in the front.
just streaking by her defender. And Amy Jo is such a anchor of the team. She's an incredible defensive player. She's an incredible offensive player, and she has got just such a competitive drive. So you could see she said, let's get this done, Gridlock. We need to get this point. We need to stay in the game right now. So we have Gridlock getting ready to pull. What happens here is, even though there's 17 seconds left on the counter, the possession continues even with the buzzer. So what Gridlock would like to happen is they want to get a turnover in these 17 seconds, and then they'll have a chance to score. But what Revo would like to do is keep it a one possession point and score. Let's see how it plays out.
It's an important point for Revolution because the time has gone. So I think it's last possession for them. They have to be clean. They have to be almost perfect to get this point. And we have Alejandra Torres back playing. Manuel
That's great.
Valeria has came back too. It's good news for Revolution. And Aleja Uribe with the disc, looking for Manuela. Manuela looking for her sister, of course, and they got it.
Twin magic right there. You love to see it. You love to see it. It's that the fast moving Revo passes means the defense just can't keep up. They're finding the break spots, they're finding the short field movement. They just made it look so easy, crisscrossing up that last half of the field there to take the third quarter 17-14. Here we go. We see Manuela Cardenas with the disc, looking for her sister. Her sister unmarked. It looks like there was a miscue on the defense, and Cardenas to Cardenas for the score. And like Julian said, it's great to see both of the players that went off with injuries are back in the game. So that's really, really good news. We want all the athletes to leave here on their own 2 feet. And we're about to have an exciting fourth quarter here, Julian. I think there's still a chance for Gridlock, though Revo Pro is starting to really decisively march up the scoreboard. What do you think Gridlock would need to do to turn around this game right now?
All the offense work clean than before, and they have to work really hard in the defense. But right now we have 4 handlers in Revolution doing all the job together, and we have an interview right now in the field.
Second interview of the night. This is for folks at home who didn't get a chance to check out our halftime. We want to hear some more about it.
Yeah. First of all, my name is Coach Hammer from Hammer Squad Boxing Institution. We're a local organization and a local gym here in Jersey City, located on Ocean Avenue. And we performed the halftime show, a brief boxing demonstration to let the people know, the certain things that we do in the boxing gym and to train to prepare for competition. We did pad work and we did a little bit of a rope demonstration just to give you a little taste of what we do.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Quite welcome.
All right. Stay tuned for the rest of the game.
Yes.
Thank you, Coach Hammer. Thank you, Sid.
This is a good time to also
Shout out Match Fit Performance, which is the official sports performance and training partner of New York Gridlock. Co-founders Raina and Irwin keep New York Gridlock strong and fit through customized workout plans and rehabilitation and physical therapy. Check them out at matchfitperformance.com. We are grateful to them. We're also grateful to VC Ultimate, the official uniform sponsor of the Premier Ultimate League. VC has been in it from the start of PUL's founding in 2019 and is just an incredible, incredible company. While we're at it, until this pool comes up, how about we just give another shout out to Discraft, the official disc sponsor of the Premier Ultimate League since 2019. And it's just so important to say all of our sponsors' names, the national organizations, the local organizations. Coach Hammer, we just heard from. So many different folks have to come together to make this league work, to make it possible for us to see these incredible athletes showcased via live stream, via big games in Cochran Stadium in Jersey City. So thank you to all the sponsors. We appreciate you. We are starting the fourth quarter now with Gridlock on defense. Amy Jo with the pull.
Revolution won the third quarter, and now they are starting defense. So it's pretty hard for them right now. But let's see what is going on. We have a turnover by Lisa. He couldn't catch the disc, and here start Gridlock with the offense. And again, they have to do a clean job. They have to be very precise, good decisions if they want to come back to the game. There's a call.
So
Luisa
Neves
Neves
may get
making a
called a
call.
foul. It looks like her opponent agrees with that assessment, so they don't go to the observer. They continue play with Neves with the disc.
Luisa, the disc.
Oh,
That
can't
was
hold on to it on the line. Tough one, tough one. Karen Chaliff trying to toe that in, but the disc was just a little bit too wide. So Gridlock's got to get back on D here.
and that worked. Now Alejandra Torres with the disc. Bring the disc out of the sideline to play easier. Now Gina appears, receiving the disc, giving this for the Cappy, Alejandra Uribe, Gina, and Valeria. Gina, deep hawk, nearly to
Oh,
Abigail.
this is what you said, Julian. You said the only way Gridlock's got a chance is they got to step up the D, and that was a great get in the air by Abby Chang because you know that the Revo Pro player was ready to catch that a little further down the field.
Yes. And Gridlock with the option. This moment is very important for them, and they got it. They got the break.
Look at that. A tippy toe catch that was Nevis. Was it to Amy Jo? But that's a big break for New York Gridlock. Julian was saying that it's all about the D right now because if each team just possesses, Revo has the points. They can just proceed to the win. If Gridlock can turn on their jets on defense, like Chang did there. So let's see, to Neves, a dump to Neves. Right at the top of the end zone for the Gridlock score. The fans are pumped up over here. We're doing some synchronized cheering. I wish you could hear it. There's a lot of members out here today. I'd say we have at least 100 people in the stands right now. So even on a rainy day, people want to be here in person. All of you all are hearing us on the live stream. Probably wanted to hear me and Julian, and you know, you wouldn't be hearing us if you were sitting here live. But it's great to see that people can take part in Premier Ultimate League, whether in person at home games or via the stream. But loving the crowd, loving on the athletes here tonight.
This is shaking with the people cheering Gridlock, and yeah, the Gridlock still very alive in this game. 17-15 is the score. A good pull.
That's the thing about getting the home game at home ball, I tell you. And Revo Pro, though, has a lot of fans here, too. They're just well known nationally and internationally for the prowess of this team. So even though the home crowd is definitely going to stomp and shake for the New York Gridlock scores, they are definitely whooping it up for the Revo Pro as well. Back in play here.
Revolution with this.
Oh,
Oh, we have a turnover. It's pretty. Oh, okay. Gridlock with the disc. Tuzla making a good deep
oh,
hop
how
flick.
did he catch that? That seemed to be in Mosquera's hands, but no. Gridlock finishes to get 16 points here. I hope we're going to see that again. That was some exciting offense from Gridlock. We see the disc coming up to Tulsa Douglas, and you know she's a shooter. She is looking in the end zone, a flick huck. Oh my gosh, Mosquera seems to get a hand on it, but the Gridlock player holds on regardless. We can't see the number on the back of her jersey, but I hope someone tells us, and she should get all the accolades for that great catch in the end zone. Gridlock is fired up. But hey, Revo Pro did everything they could do on that defensive play. That's what you get when you have this caliber of team playing each other, is that these 50-50 throw, it can go anyway. Even an excellent, precise huck can still be contested by an athlete like Elizabeth Mosquera, or they could be ripped out of the air by a Gridlock player who just wants that disc, is so hungry for that score. Are you feeling fired up right now, Julian?
I'm so nervous right now because Gridlock is coming back. Looks really strong. And the timeout for Revolution was, putting a little bit of coach work in the field. And now, as you can see, the score is very tight. It's higher than before. And I want to say something about if you can see how Gridlock is celebrating each goal, each break, that counts a lot. Is the energy in the team. That's another factor right now to make the difference. If you wanna win this game, every single detail counts.
That's such a good point, Julian. You have to make sure you're picking up your teammates. This is part of what is so fantastic about Ultimate. There's 7 people on the field, but there is, you don't always see them on the sideline, but they're there cheering their team, lifting them up. And the best teams are the ones where everybody is playing. Everybody has their eyes locked in on the game and the play. And Revo Pro is so good at pumping each other up, holding hands and cheering and being there for each other. So they have the offensive possession right now.
Manuela and Alejandro Torres working together. Now they are closer to the end zone. The disc over the sideline. Valeria receiving. Give and go with Alejandra Torres. Torres opening the field with Valeria. Valeria is so quick. Looking for her sister, and that work again. The twin work.
Twin Magic is back.
Twin magic,
And
yeah.
I have my mouth full because I'm eating a Yup Patty, who is one of the sponsors here tonight, your ultimate patty place. It's hard for us to eat and talk, but I just had to. You should do the same, Julian. We have to try to get a bite in because this is like nail biting kind of game. But your announcers here, we gotta stay sharp. We're gonna see here again the play. Valeria looking for her sister, knowing she got it. And all those moves, Manuela, you can see it so well in slow-mo. She is so precise in being able to turn direction. I think I saw maybe 3 changes of direction in such a small space. That is why she is one of the best players in the world, Manuela Cardenas, with a nice little kick to celebrate.
That's fun. This is another weird way to celebrate kicking the disc.
All right, now Revo back up. 18-16, they're going to try to hold this lead with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Gridlock, though, has been answering back on D, has been making some important defensive plays. So this game is not over yet. The pull is out of bounds. It's going to come in with Gridlock on offense.
With the disc, you have right there, you have a great offer. If she wants, you got it. But now she decides to open the field and put the disc on the sideline, forcing the flick. Oh, she saving the disc. And right now the mark is very intense. Akina is laying out so high. Oh my god. That was pretty close. Akina was so close. Manuela stands mark with Jenny. That is a good matchup.
Oh,
Another
well, it was so open that we have a sense it's probably a pick. Usually not that open. So they reset.
coming back. I'm waiting for the reset. But I have seen a lot break throws by Gridlock. She got that flick break in the side, and we have a little collision between Brittany and Ana Rojas, and she got it. Brittany with the flick. Tosla receiving the disc in the middle, in the end zone, and again another flick break in the side.
Oh,
Gridlock
I
scores.
I felt
I
nervous.
felt
I felt
about that
nervous.
end zone session. It looked like there was a lot of excellent D from Revo Pro. Gridlock was having trouble getting open, but they stayed patient. And even with a tight stack, a stack that was pretty close to the disc, they were able to get it for another toe. Let's see that again. We have Tulsa Douglas with the disc in the center of the field. Looking. Who's going to get open? Oh, good Lord. Is someone going to get open? Yes. Kelly Highland. I don't know how many goals she's scored. It feels countless. Just such an incredible accelerator. And Gridlock is staying in this game 17-18 in the last quarter here. Woo!
Goals for her. Yeah.
So this is the
So this
question.
is the question.
Can the Gridlock D line rattle Revo Pro? That's what would make the difference in this game because Revo is just such a talented offensive team, moving the disc, finding, threading all the needles. And so Gridlock knows their coaching staff, Eileen Murray, the head coach, Martha Gregory, know they've got to coach the defense here. So let's see what this defensive squad can do.
We have came back to the game. That throw was really tight. Gina saving the disc and continuation with Cappy, Laura Spina, and now Elisa to Valeria, and Alejandra Torres for Gina. No, for Valeria. Alejandra with the disc in the middle, working with patience. Is Michelle Cataño with the disc for Gina. Gina, good fakes. Looking for the good pass, good decision. Valeria waiting for the continuation cut, and Gina appears again. Around 6 goals tonight for her. And
Gina is
Gina is
so
so
talented,
talented and
so
so patient. You know, they were working so.
all of those Revo Pro folks. What I've noticed is often the Revo Pro cutters, they hand the disc off, second one or two of the stall count. So it's a very disciplined team that they have their shooters. They want it in the hands of Cartagena, they want it in the hands of Manuela Cardenas, and the other folks know reset, and it just pays off. You see it here, how many passes they had in short range, great angles on the cuts. Cartagena sees her chance for the upline throw, even with tough D. And that's the thing, Gridlock is not slacking here. They are trying to get on the hips of their opponent and get the lane to block the disc. But the Revo Pro athletes are just so excellent at their change of direction. So I think that's, maybe I'm uncovering Mauricio Moore's secret. I don't know. But just that incredible acceleration out of the cuts seems to be something consistent across the team. Is this a team trade secret that I've just revealed, Julian? What do you know about it?
is the secret maybe, and now is another important point because if Revolution gets this break option, break option, would be 3 points over Gridlock. And there you go. Akina with this, and timeout is called.
That's a smart call to get a little break.
Para nuestra audiencia en español, estarán de acuerdo en que jugadoras como Gina, las gemelas Cárdenas, Elisa y Alejandra Torres tienen en este momento la responsabilidad de llevar el equipo a la victoria. Ha sido mucha carga sobre estas jugadoras y han hecho un trabajo muy, muy fuerte. La exigencia física en este momento es muy, muy alta para ellas. Han estado defendiendo, han estado atacando y estamos próximos a reiniciar este punto.
Oh, looks like they didn't have a
timeout left.
So it looks like it's a turnover. Revo Pro called a timeout, but it seems like they may have not had any left. But again, it looks like there's looks like Coach Mauricio Moore is checking in with the observer. This is a crucial point. If Gridlock gets this possession because of an error on the timeout call, they have a chance at this game. If it's going back to Revo Pro, they have a chance to make it a 3-point distance in score. So it's a crucial moment. So this is why we have observer. You know, they do help. We're self-officiated with the addition of observers to help with things like tracking the timeouts and doing line calls and getting in for appeals to calls so that we make sure that we have a fair game. Woo! We're shaking in the booth here. It looks like it is going to Gridlock. So Gridlock has a chance with its offensive possession.
Now to start with the Hawk. Oh my God. That was close. That was close. And now, as I say, Revolution with the crucial moment. This with them and Manuela. Jimena, Manuela. They have to be very patient in this point. Bring in slowly if they can. Honestly, I prefer score instead. Try with deep hawks. Manuela with this. Continuation is Ana Rojas, Jimena Montaña, Manuela Cárdenas.
Just the give and go is so impressive. They make it look easy, but that's very hard to do. Other Ultimate players watching know that getting that kind of acceleration in a small space is really tough, and Revo Pro knows how to do it. Oh! But misfire as
Manuela and Akina didn't connect. And we have a huge deep hawk. It's a turnover. We have 3 minutes left in this last quarter. We are pretty close to finish this amazing game. Has been a war, literally.
and you can see the fatigue here, you know, that looking for a Hail Mary huck on a long point tells you that people are tired. They just want this point to end, but these opponents are not going to give it to each other easily. So Revo Pro is back with offense, doing their, oh, this is where you see it. They're tired. They're trying to push through. And so the things that are usually simple become harder. So we're really seeing people test it out here. So we have a timeout here for Gridlock. So just to what we're saying, that fatigue, both teams are feeling it. Gridlock had a timeout left, so they were able to use that. So this is a 2-point game. This is a huge huddle right now for both teams. This is where the paths diverge, this point. If New York Gridlock gets the point here, they're 1 point behind. They can fire themselves up in these last minute and a half. They have a chance to tie it, and we could go into a sudden death kind of situation. Or we have Revo Pro play some superior defense here, get the disc back for the score. They're up 3 points. That kind of seals the deal. So, Julian, you still feeling nervous?
Yes, I'm dying right now, and but also the clock is working for Revolution because it's almost gone this quarter. The difference is 2 goals, and also they have the option to get the D back, and is we are pretty close to with the disc, and you never know what's going on here, and yeah, okay.
Rip.
Deep Hawk.
Oh! Sorry if I
Defense
broke your
by
eardrum. It was worth
Laura
it.
Ospina. Laura Ospina with a great defense in the sky.
Oh,
Toro is going fast to pick up
Ospina.
this.
I'm not
Is the last.
Highland fans, but Ospina is such an incredible player. So good in the air. She got right in the lane to D Highland, and now Revo is on their way.
Manuela fake a good hawk. Alejandra receiving the sideline, and she tries a good pass. It's not enough to score, but it's good enough. Gina and Elisa working together, and their score is 20-17.
They knew that trust between those two players. Mascaro is going to get it even when Highland is on her tail. And Revo is up 3 points. So this, never say never in ultimate. There have been
Yeah.
bigger deficits that come back from. But look at the big puck downfield to Mascara. She's not quite in the end zone. So she's running it back out while her team is streaming down the field. She dumps Cartagena, and Cartagena has only eyes for Mascaro. You are going to score. You are going to score. You are going to score. You scored. I love it. I just love it.
I love Ultimate. Yeah, it's amazing.
I want to go out there. Can we play after this? We should just, huck to each other. I'm not going to lay out. Are you going to lay out?
I love
Okay.
layout. Yeah. You only throw it. I will run. I will run.
Well, we probably won't get it on tape. Maybe we'll make the highlight reel, though. I don't know. But we got to see. Gridlock is ready to say never. See what they can do, if they can do an efficient point here. The only tricky part about the fourth quarter is that's when the buzzer sounds and the game is over. So in the other quarters, the buzzer sounds and the possession continues until there's a score or a turnover. But we really do have about 1 minute and 22 seconds left. That really is the time. So this is going to be probably not possible for Gridlock, but let's see some great offense.
Yeah, Gridlock bringing the disc slowly. They don't have rush. We can see someone running to the dip. It's another good option. Keeping the disc in the middle of the field. Good fakes. Stalling right now is a little bit high. She has more option behind. It's a good. This still in the middle of the field, and Gridlock making a good job. Patience, a lot of patience here right now. Rafael.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
What a great. So a big leaping D from Manuela Cardenas. It looks like they are discussing from a seated position whether it was a foul or not. So you could tell they're a little worn out. So they're trying to figure out, did Manuela go up vertical and there was incidental contact, in which case it would not be a foul, or if Cardenas went over the head of the Gridlock player and had contact, and that would be a foul. So you can see the players first discussing amongst themselves. It looks like at least one of them want to appeal to the observer. There's just 19 seconds left. So the clock is stopped while the players discuss with the observer. And this is tricky. It's the end of the game. Both teams are working so hard, putting all their effort into that. And the observers are listening to what both of the players say, making a final call. It looks like they are saying it was a foul. This means that Gridlock gets the disc at the lip of the end zone here. Highland. He just lives in the end zone. So that was a score for Pride. You know, that was, with the count being 18-20, Gridlock knows that in these last 9 seconds or 16 seconds, we have, you know, multiple clocks. I think it's 16 seconds. They know they can't win the game, but this is about showing their stuff, and that was such a patient, clean, well-spaced offensive point from Gridlock that they can be proud of. They can look at the tape and feel good about that point. And just a high release to Highland. I think that was Emily Barrett on the end zone line, 33 to Highland. So Gridlock can look back at that tape of that offensive point and say, this is how we want to space for offense. This is how we want to make the defense work. And so now this is another point for Pride. So it's whether Gridlock is going to get to end with a turnover, get the disc, get the possession, even though it probably won't continue with just 16 seconds left. And this is also about Pride for Revo Pro, who would really like to make this game 21-18. So these last seconds are going to be good ones. Here we go.
Has been a great game. Also, it's a good warm up for Revolution for the next game versus Shadow in Washington. Also, Washington Shadow has great players over there, so this game could be a good way to get the tools to fix the team, and the Hawks is not affected.
Revo Pro wins 20-18 against New York Gridlock in a fabulous game. Just so many highlight reel plays here. Let's try to recount some of our favorite things, Julian. I would say I'll start that they're just the handlers on both teams are so dominant, are so talented. Just the types of throws that they're able to slice through the air, break throws, a lot of slicey flicks, a lot of great movement in the handler set. I was just really blown away with how even the handlers were on each teams. What stood out to you about this game tonight?
Their Revolution endurance, their handlers like Gina, Alejandra, the twins, they had a lot of endurance to keep the game alive and could win this game that was so hard for them, and it's very impressive how could make it. And now they have enough energy to make the classic dance to celebrate.
Yes.
So Rebel in the world, and they love to bring the joy. We love to see it. I think we're going to our sideline here. Sid, over to you.
Hey, I just want to thank everyone. Really appreciate you all supporting the PUL, supporting Gridlock, supporting Revolution from home. I'm here with a couple folks from a nonprofit who's supporting us. We want to hear what they're all about. I want to hand it over to you all. Just introduce yourselves and where you come from and how you found yourselves here.
All right, I'm Swapna. I'm from India, I live in Vancouver, and this is
Manix. I live in Chennai, India.
and we are here to support both Revo and NYGL, but mostly because NYGL is partnering with us to empower women players in India to play Ultimate, and they also sponsored this coaching program, the NUTCC program, and so a few of our women coaches participated, and we wanted to come here and also support them and also watch this awesome game. If you all have seen it, you know how awesome it was. That's what we did.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thanks to everyone at home for watching. Stay tuned for the next game. Thank you.
Thank you, Sid.